great strength के साथ.
Why are you quiet? किस वजह से?
Because it's such a great moment. When there is so much happening in your side, then mind becomes quiet.
कैसे आपका यहाँ पे आना हुआ और कितना स्पेशल है आपके लिए वो?
सबसे पहले तो शुरुआत करते ही हमें कहना पड़ेगा जय श्री राम. मुझे काफ़ी समय पहले बताया गया, पिछले महीने ही बताया गया कि आपको आना है, ये समय आपको रखना है. और मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात थी. आई थिंक इट वाज अ मैटर ऑफ ह्यूज ऑनर, क्योंकि एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण है ये. और पिताजी को भी आना था, लेकिन आई थिंक अभी वो पूरे परिवार के साथ बच्चों को साथ में आएंगे, और मैं अभी पहल रखने के लिए आया हूँ. यहाँ पर आने के बाद दो चीज़ें ऐसी अनुभव की जो लगा नहीं कि इट विल बी लाइक दिस, है ना.
क्या लगा ऐसा?
तो पहले तो बहुत ही वेल ऑर्गेनाइज था, तो ऐसे लगा कि थोड़ा डर डर के आए कि केओस होगा, लेकिन बहुत ही वेल ऑर्गेनाइज था. प्रशासन ने बहुत काम किया, कंसिडरिंग जितने लोग आ रहे हैं वैसे, और संगठन के जो लोग हैं, जो ट्रस्ट के लोग हैं, उन्होंने भी बहुत अच्छे से सबको मैनेज किया. लेकिन रिवर्स ये हुआ कि जहाँ जाओ, जैसे मैं सरयू नदी के किनारे गया हुआ था, तो जहाँ जाओ, हालांकि 20 पुलिस वाले थे, यूपी पुलिस के 20 लोग थे, 10 इस तरफ 10 इस तरफ, फिर भी जो एक ऊर्जा, जो एक उत्साह, एक उत्सुकता, एक पागल जैसी एनर्जी है. मतलब एक भक्ति में लोग, पता नहीं क्या कहूँ मैं, आई डोंट यूज द रॉन्ग वर्ड, बट भक्ति का एक हाई है, एक किक है, और लोग उसमें झूम रहे हैं बिल्कुल. और जहाँ जाओ जय श्री राम, और पता है कि ना गले से बोल रहे हैं ना दिल से बोल रहे हैं, बिल्कुल आत्मा से बोल रहे हैं जय श्री राम.
स्वागत है आपका बैचुंग साहब. इतने बड़े मौके से एक दिन पहले यहाँ आना, क्या इस वक्त आपके जहन में चीज़ें चल?
बहुत ही एक्साइटेड हूँ, बिकॉज ये इनविटेशन राम मंदिर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बिकॉज इतना बड़ा ओकेजन है, मैं मिस नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट तो राम जी का आशीर्वाद देना कल मुझे लगता है कि बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है. और मैं बहुत ही एक्साइटेड हूँ कल का इवेंट के लिए.
आपको लग रहा है कि इस पूरी प्राण प्रतिष्ठा की वजह से कई सारी जो युवा पीढ़ी है, जो हमारे नौजवान हैं, वो ज़्यादा धर्म की तरफ आकर्षित हो रहे हैं?
डेफिनेटली यस, कारण हमारा जो कल्चर है, परंपरा है, उसको रखना है. और स्पेशली अभी यंग जनरेशन हम लोग देख रहे हैं, सोशल मीडिया के चलते अपना कल्चर को लेके काफ़ी लॉस हो रहा है. और आई थिंक इट्स अट्रैक्टिंग क्वाइट लॉट, एंड इट्स गुड टू सी कि काफ़ी यंग जनरेशन लोग ये राम मंदिर का जो इनाग्रेशन है वो लेके भी एक्साइटेड है. और इधर आने के लिए भी मुझे लगता है कि सारा यंग जनरेशन है, सारा भारत में जितने भी है, आई थिंक लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू कमिंग इट. जब भी ये
आपके लिए सबसे एक्साइटिंग क्या था?
मुझे आई थिंक जस्ट इनविटेशन मिलना और ये ओपनिंग में हाजिर टू अटेंड द ओपनिंग इटसेल्फ, इसके लिए ये बहुत बड़ा एक्साइटेड था, और ये वाज लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू इट. एंड जब मुझे इनविटेशन,
आपको ज़्यादा रिलीजियस मानते हैं कि नहीं?
मैं रिलीजियस तो हूँ, इतना ज़्यादा नहीं, बट आई एम कैचिंग अप, बिकॉज मैं सारा 30 साल खाली फुटबॉल खेल के फुटबॉल का जगत में था. तो यस, रिलीजन मैं एक बुद्धिस्ट रिलीजन से हूँ, बट आई थिंक नाउ अभी जब रिटायरमेंट होने के बाद स्पिरिचुअलिटी और ये सब इट फॉलोज क्वाइट अ लॉट.
Sir, how does it feel going to be part of the
It's a long wait, and we're all very, very honored to be there. We feel it's a rare opportunity, so one can get this. And I feel Lord Hanuman, who is my deity, he is, I think he personally invited me. Such an overwhelming feeling what I've been undergoing, and we are so fortunate to witness the consecration of this Pran Pratishtha or Vigraha Sthapana on this auspicious event.
Well, India today has got the biggest team of anchors and reporters who are getting you minute-to-minute update and all the cultural programs that are taking place here in the city of Ayodhya. In fact, the place where my colleague Polumi is standing at the moment, we are seeing a lot of festivities being played out. Polumi, the place where you are standing, we understand a lot of Indian culture has been put to the play there.
Oh, absolutely, Aishwarya. You can just see around me, the atmosphere is electrifying. There's music, there is a lot of chanting and sloganeering as, of course, people walk these streets which of course lead up to the Ram Janmabhoomi. Cultural performances also, of course, at various intervals that are happening in order to, of course, bring in this auspicious moment of the Grand Pran Pratishtha. In fact, at the performance that we're looking at right now, where there are dancers, female dancers performing from their region, there is a child Lord Ram as well, a young boy playing a child Lord Ram, and then of course with Mata Sita as well, standing in position at the center of that cultural performance. Today, of course, we know that the ramlalla idol will be, of course, consecrated in the way that the Pran Pratishtha will be performed, and the idol will then eventually become a living deity. The ramlalla idol will then be worshipped, and there will be puja as well, and offerings will be made. So this is, of course, a big moment as far as the Hindu faith is concerned, something they've been waiting for a very, very long time, a part of contested history, not just in colonial, but in independent India as well. But a Supreme Court decision of 2019, which settled the matter and paved the way for the construction of the Ram Temple starting 2020. My colleague Abhishek is also joining us live. The atmosphere, Abhishek, is almost festive-like, and we're looking at 7:30 in the morning.
Well, absolutely, Polumi, and this is the time for which, I've been telling this to everyone, that Ayodhya is waiting. Ayodhya is desperately waiting for that moment for years and years. And today in 2024, on the 22nd of January, that moment has come when Prime Minister Modi will be consecrating and will be, giving this temple to the entire nation, is what has made it more iconic. Let me show you the visuals first. Now the ambience, the atmosphere here is getting in the heat of Ram. We can see, the folk dancers. We can listen to the Ram tune everywhere, wherever we are going. And, a strict security, that is something which is, we really need to struggle with. Not just for the fact because we wanted to bring the exclusive visuals and a lot of colors to our viewers, but also the kind of deployment which has been made here. Now, they are trying to clear this area. We are at the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk. Since it's going to be a very high security zone, you can certainly see how the RAF has come now, the UP police personnel are there, and at the same time ATS commandos, we have seen for the first time, they are on the action. They are making sure on some of the specific locations. They're patrolling throughout the Ayodhya, specifically in the Ram Janmabhoomi area and the adjoining areas. So, security, very tight security, and that is what is very much important aspect of today's ceremony. And if I talk about the other side of it, the colors, the sentiments, the voices which are coming today, we have seen people coming, walking on the roads, not from Ayodhya, but coming from, kilometers of kilometers. They just wanted to be part of this city. It is not important for them, no matter whether they will be able to do the darshanas today, whether they will even be able to go near to the temple premises, but for them to be in this city, the land of Lord Ram, is making it special for them. People from south, from north, from the east are coming, and that is what has made today a very important day. Now, Prime Minister Modi, when he will arrive, we will see the Madhur, the Mangal Dhwani, which will be played in all over Ayodhya at 10 in the morning. And afterward, we will certainly witness how, the whole program, the whole event goes up. Now, let me show you one more visual. I'll ask my camera person, Rohit Khan, to show you the entrance of the Ram Janmabhoomi. This is the gate from where we are expecting the VVIP moment, because the police is making sure that now it's clear and clean. So this is the way which goes straight towards the Hanuman Gadi, and after that the important the Ram Janmabhoomi, where is the Sanctum Sanctorum, where is the Grand Temple, and where is the very important program will be conducted. So all these arrangements have been made. This is what Ayodhya has been preparing for long, and it's hardly at least 4.5 hours left for that consecration time, and that is what we will certainly see. Let's move to Aishwarya and listen to what's happening. Aishwarya, over to you.
Well, my colleague Pallavi and Abhishek telling us the flavor that has actually gripped the entire city of Ayodhya. The place where I'm standing, we can see a cultural dance coming in from the state of Rajasthan being played here. Now in the city of Ayodhya, we are seeing how people from different states have come to the fore, and all of them are now putting their culture in the forefront. And this is something similar that has happened in the Ram Temple also. How is it that Indian culture and Indian states have unified to bring about the Grand Ram Temple? From every state, something has been donated and contributed. We did see how the rice has been brought in from the state of Tamil Nadu, from Jammu and Kashmir. Kesar has been brought in. The marble that has been used has come in from the state of Rajasthan. So every state has now contributed in the making of the Ram Temple. And when we speak about contribution, the Reliance Industries in fact also did Anya Seva, and their house, the famous Antilia house, in fact has been decorated. Let's take a look at how the Ambanis are welcoming Lord Ram.
Just few hours left for Ram Mandir Consecration, and every individual and every citizen of India is celebrating this moment and trying to express their views, their feelings towards Shri Ram in a
हेलो शीला दिस साइड
तो आपकी कंपनी से फोन लिया था, ये ऑन नहीं हो रहा है।
गलती से मिस्टेक। बोला आप एक काम कीजिए, अपना अकाउंट नंबर भेजिए, पैसा आपके अकाउंट में रिफंड हो जाएगा।
Top of Antilia, Mukesh Ambani, mantras about Lord Ram have been written, and Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram has been written on the rooftop, and he himself tomorrow will going to be present at Ram Mandir Consecration. He announced before this only, and he himself announced that on 22nd of Jan, every employee of Reliance will be given a leave, and they will celebrate this historic moment in their way. With camera person Nitin Varne, this is Dipesh Tripathi for India Today, Mumbai.
Devakur is also joining me on the story. They've got the biggest team of reporters and anchors getting you minute-to-minute update. Your one-stop watch is India Today for all the big ceremonies that will take place today. Devakur, the place where you are standing, what's the fervor and what's the flavor there?
Well, good morning, Aishwarya. I'm right now outside the Salasar Balaji Temple, the famous temple in Churu district, and you can see how large number of devotees have been arriving out here since morning from different parts of the country. Some of the people are from Haryana, from Delhi. क्या नाम है आपका?
अंजू.
दर्शन कर लिया आपने?
नहीं, अभी जाएंगे अंदर.
अच्छा, जाएंगे आप.
हाँ जी.
So a lot of people, आप लोग कहाँ से?
कोटपुतली से. कोटपुतली से.
और आज यहाँ पर आप लोग आए हैं अयोध्या में. आज बड़ा दिन है, राम प्रतिष्ठा का दिन है, और आज आप लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं अयोध्या जाने का
नो सर, अभी वहाँ पे काफी भीड़ मिलेगी, इसलिए यहाँ पे दर्शन कर लेंगे. यहाँ पे सालासर में हनुमान जी है ना.
Aishwarya, a lot of devotees who could not for any reason go to Ayodhya today to pay their obeisance, they are arriving at different temples across the country, and this is a very famous temple. You can see it mentions Mere Ram aaye hain, and since morning today, early morning, a lot of people have been arriving out here. Sir, आपका क्या नाम है?
मेरा नाम रमेश चौहान है जी, मैं गुड़गांव हरियाणा से आया हूँ, रेवाड़ी से बिलोंग करता हूँ, और हर महीना हम कोशिश करते हैं कि यहाँ पे बालाजी के दर्शन करें, और आज तो वैसे भी बहुत विशेष दिन है.
लंबा इंतजार खत्म हो रहा है, 500 साल का आज दिवाली के तौर पर आपको लग रहा है देश भर में मनाया जाएगा?
सर, आज तो मुझे लग रहा है कि दिवाली से भी बड़ा तो.
Different people arriving from different parts to pay their obeisance to Lord Ram. Aishwarya,
all the details on the kind of flavor and fervor that's taking place in the state of Rajasthan. All my colleagues, Pallavi, Samar Srivastav, Abhishek Mishra, thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast. We are now, for now, wrapping up this show, but we are getting you minute-to-minute updates of what's taking place in the city of Ayodhya. Prime Minister Narendra Modi all set to arrive in the city by about 10 a.m. That's all the time we have on this bulletin. Thank you for watching India Today.
City Dental Hospital has become a center for advanced dental treatment like full mouth dental implants, all in 4 dental implants, all in 6 dental implants for people from all over the world like USA, Canada, Gulf countries, Australia, Africa, New Zealand and UK. We provide dental tourism facility like airport pickup, hotel dropping and transportation during dental treatment at City Dental Hospital, Rajkot, India.
Patel Brothers, celebrating our food, our culture.
Swad, Garden Fresh Veggie Burger. Swad, the best taste in town. Swad.
1. Going viral. 2. It's been tweeted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे. And the singer, young Swati Mishra, now joins me on this special broadcast. Swati, what was your reaction when you saw that tweet of Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a bhajan that's actually going viral for the past several weeks now?
It was unbelievable. I am overwhelmed and I'm still processing that it actually happened with me. I think this is the best gift 2024 can give me.
Well, 2024 starts on a great note for you and for our nation with the Pran Pratishtha of this Divya Bhavya Ram Temple. But Swati, tell me more about this bhajan. How did you come across this bhajan? What made you sing this bhajan?
I saw a video on YouTube by Prem Bhushan ji. He is the original composer and lyricist of this bhajan. And then I thought, why not to sing this song? Why not to, sing this bhajan, this melody? And then I just, took the idea of this bhajan and I just sang and uploaded it. There was no, motive and there was no greediness behind this.
Oh, absolutely. और अद्भुत है ये. 43 million views and counting.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Winters are as much as about coffee, hot soups, comfort foods as they are about niggling hair and skin problems. The season also brings with it various hair and skin problems like hair fall, flaky skin, dandruff, and dry skin. Our hair and skin need ample protection from the dry or chilly air that can leave the skin irritated and itchy. Why does winter dry you out? And why is care for your skin and mane in winters very different from what it is in summers? Doctors advise using humidifiers to maximize moisture.
Humidifiers add water into the air so that the air isn't drying you out. The air is now moist enough that it doesn't need the water from your skin. Remember, water always goes from highest concentration to lowest concentration. So if the water in the air is enough, it's not asking for water from you. So that's why everyone should have a humidifier, especially in this dry, cold weather.
Doctors also say that excessive hot baths, as tempting as they are, might just dry the skin out. So how should skin be cleaned, particularly if it is dry? What ritual must you follow? Many cold weather fabrics can aggravate dry winter skin. Keep wool and rough clothing from directly touching your skin. Winter weather is the most common time for dry scalp, which is brought on by cold temperatures, overly dry heat, or nutrition. A dry scalp may also cause some itching and stiffness. Taking proper care of your hair throughout the winter season is essential to ensure that your hair stays healthy and beautiful throughout.
Armed with facts, she takes the news by its horns.
You think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold, and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Powered by Green Lamb Laminates. कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा. Dark Fantasy Choco Fills. हर दिल की fantasy. LIC हर पल आपके साथ.
Rebirth, revival, return of Ram. Ram ends all divisions, unites us all. Ram Mandir rises, unites a nation. Centuries of waiting finally finished. Royal rejuvenation of Raja Ram. The grand Gharwapsi of Siya Ram. Ram Rajya,
begins from Ayodhya ji. Ram Mandir rises. India Today's special broadcast.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Pooja Shali. The moment is finally here. It's been a fight, a struggle and a wait of centuries. And finally that moment of Ram Temple opening its doors in just the next few hours now. And remember, at this moment, it is significant to understand that this is about spirituality, historical significance and the sanctity of it all. Many are calling it not just the return of Lord Ram and being given a befitting platform that was awaited for so long, but this is a civilizational moment that we are witnessing in our lifetime that many ancestors and generations prior had taken a pledge for. Soak in the moment. It's a special telecast in the next half an hour. First, the headlines. Ram Bhakts waited for this moment for generations. It's the rebirth, revival and return of Ram. Ayodhya lights up in diyas, adorned in flowers. Centuries of wait has finally come to an end. Prime Minister Modi will be arriving at about 10:25 a.m. in Ayodhya. It's the mega Pran Pratishtha of the Mandir at about 12:20 p.m. Auspicious 84 seconds window is the main muhuratam for the Pran Pratishtha. Prime Minister Modi will remain in Ayodhya for 4 hours from then on. Celebrities have been invited, flocking one by one to Ayodhya. It's a star-studded affair for the Pran Pratishtha. Superstars, Thalaiva, cricketer Virat Kohli, actors, businessmen, sportsperson are part of witnessing the history in Ayodhya. This is Bharat gearing up for the Ram Temple launch, and India Today on the ground brings you in-depth, colourful coverage of the temple and opening the doors. All live images, top voices, exclusive newsmakers, only on India Today television. Festive fervour over Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha, not just in Ayodhya or India, but across the globe. Look at the Indian diaspora hitting the streets in New York, London and other countries in celebration.
Co-presented by New Kia Sonet, the Wild Reborn. Powered by Rumta Steel TMT Bar. Ekdam solid.
It is in Ayodhya and will be leading the next half an hour of the telecast. Aishwarya, over to you. And what a moment.
Well, definitely, Pooja, it is a wow moment. You know, something that most of the people were waiting for, praying for, and the kind of...
All our colleagues on the ground will get you exclusive voices and the mood, the sentiment, the festival that Ayodhya has waited for so long. Aishwarya Paliwal is in Ayodhya and will be leading the next half an hour of the telecast. Aishwarya, over to you. And what a moment.
Well, definitely, Pooja, it is a wow moment. You know, something that most of the people were waiting for, praying for, and the kind of emotions that are running extremely high, not just in our country, but across the world also, is a testimony to what Lord Ram actually means and stands for thousands and thousands of Sanatanis across the world. Here in the city of Ayodhya, let me show you the things which are depicting the life of Lord Ram. We have placed Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit the city of Ayodhya. He'll be landing by about 10 a.m. in the morning. The auspicious time, the actual time when the Pran Pratishtha will take place, the actual ceremony is 84 seconds, and they have come to 84 seconds after speaking with almost all the priests. We have seen how Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been speaking about the Ram Rajya, and people now truly believe that once the idol will open his eyes, which will be immediately after the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, that's the time when the Ram Rajya will actually begin. Not just in India, not just in the city of Ayodhya, but across the world. We have seen how the ceremony will actually begin after The idol will be bathed and water has been brought in for 125 holy locations. So that's the kind of preparations that have been done, making sure that the ceremony and the procedures and the rituals are followed to the T. My colleague Samat is also joining me on the show. Samat, we did see how till late last night, almost till about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the people, not just those who stay in the city, but those who have come from as far as Egypt, as far as United States of America, were also seen chanting the names of Lord Ram on the streets and making sure that they also dance. There were people in groups, all of them were singing Lord Ram's bhajan. All this is the flavor of the city of Ayodhya today.
The Shubh Muhurat of 84 seconds of Pran Pratishtha and atmosphere in Ayodhya is just electrifying all around. We have been covering since night, and even in the morning the atmosphere is too good. And if you see the visuals out here, the artists out here are dancing on Ram Dhun in a way, trying to portray the scenario just like Treta Yug, how Treta Yug looked, how Treta Yug would have welcomed Lord Sri Ram's birth. So that is the moment and that is the scenario what we are trying to show you from the ground in Ayodhya, and these are the things which are happening. Also, if I move forward, I want to show you the decoration part. As we move forward, you can clearly see the decoration out here, the floral decoration all around the city with Lord Sri Ram written almost everywhere, and we'll try to move across and show you the visuals out here. As you can clearly see, even the plantation out here is in sequence. They are being beautified with such flowers. Out here is written Sri Ram, and you can clearly see these Nagar Nigam buses are out here doing cleansing the roads in a way. Also, the cleanliness drive in Ayodhya is currently on. While if you talk about security, yes, security is tightened out here. You can clearly see these ropes have been out here and they are being used in a way to control the public moving everywhere. So these ropes have been put up by the police officials out here. And as you move forward out here, you can clearly see the UP 112 help desk out here for the people of Ayodhya. And you can see that the policemen are checking the vehicles, whosoever is coming out here. And the women power, that's the NDRF team of the women officers out here. And this is that particular Ayodhya police vehicle. And as you move forward here, I'll try to show you more visuals out here. This is that UP 112 help desk which we showed you from here, and this is something which will keep you protected, because whosoever will be coming in Ayodhya won't be having the address of local police thana or local police outpost, so they can clearly dial UP 112 for the services. And as we move forward, आप लोग बाहर से आए हैं, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा है आज, कैसा है?
जी माहौल तो बहुत पॉजिटिव है और मैं मुंबई से आया हूँ।
मुंबई से आए हैं
जी, और अंदर घूम के आए हम लोग, बहुत पॉजिटिव एनवायरनमेंट है।
आप भी मुंबई से आए?
जी हाँ जी हाँ।
कैसा लग रहा है?
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया।
बहुत बढ़िया लग रहा है। So you can clearly see that police officials also doing the rounds, senior police officers out here, and this portrait of Lord Sri Ram, you can clearly see how beautifully this has been crafted. The Bal version, you can see people clicking selfies out here. So these are the colors in Ayodhya right now, with proper police force, with all cops roaming around. I have got some women out here. आप लोग प्राण प्रतिष्ठा है आज अयोध्या में, कितनी खुशी है आपको?
बहुत खुशी है, और हम लोग औरंगाबाद जिला से आए हैं, बिहार से।
बिहार से?
जी, हम लोग यही देखने के लिए ताम धाम जो हो रहा है, इसी के लिए जय श्री राम।
आप लोग कैसा लग रहा है?
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, राम जी कर देख करके हम लोग बिहार से आए हैं, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। नहान फिचन सब
अयोध्या साफ लग रही है आपको?
हाँ साफ लग रहा है। हाँ सब लग रहा है साफ। हाँ सब साफ है।
और रामलला की मूर्ति देखी आप?
अभी नहीं देखेंगे।
दर्शन करने जाएंगे?
हाँ दर्शन करने जाएंगे।
You can clearly see that even the cops are coming and they are also shooting the entire film, because they have to keep this updated. They have got mobile phones in their hand. They are recording each and every visual out here. We are seeing series of vehicles of police. So as said by the government, and also the guests also coming from abroad as well. You can clearly see that he is waving hands. I'll try to speak to him. So these are the visuals. The guests who are going for the Pran Pratishtha are also here. they were from outside. And as we see this particular Surya Stambh, this is the beauty of Ayodhya. Jai Shri Ram written out here, the Gada of Bajrang Bali right here, and that's the Surya Stambh in a way telling the story of Ayodhya. And if you see the gates out there, this is another visual. You can clearly see the entrance towards the Ram Janambhoomi Path that we are reporting from the Dharm Path, and this route takes you to the Bhakti Path and then the Ram Janambhoomi Path that is in a way is of Ram Temple. And as you move forward, you can clearly see that NDRF Jawans are also out on the ground, and these visuals are telling the entire story. That's the men in blue, NDRF Jawans into action. Lot of Jawans out here, lot of officers out here roaming around. I'll ask some of them to tell me something about, sir, how are the preparations for Pran Pratishtha? So you can clearly see the visuals out here, and this is another Vajra Vahan of NDRF team. So if you talk about security, all boxes are ticked. If you talk about cleanliness, all boxes are ticked. Colors, obviously, we are trying to show since last week. So this, in a way, completes the story of Ayodhya, and it's just a matter of hours when Prime Minister of India will be here, and then Lord Ram will be getting a temple in Ayodhya. Back to you.
All right, so that is Samarth getting us the moment, the mood on the ground as well, and it clearly looks like a festival, and rightly so. The birthplace of Lord Ram, a prince, then a king who clearly has been a god not just to Indians or Ram Bhakts in India, but across the world, countries that connect to the god. This has clearly been the biggest, most significant god to Indian civilization, finally getting a platform and a pedestal and a home of his own. Samar Srivastav and Abhishek continue to be with us there on the ground. But remember, the focus will be the Ramlalla idol, the Pran Pratishtha ceremony at about 12:30 p.m. So I'll take you through what precisely is expected in just a few hours from now. Prime Minister Modi expected to arrive in Ayodhya at about 10:45 a.m. What happens thereon? The Ramlalla idol that has been sculpted and so beautifully on the Krishna Shila idol with all significant aspects of the Hindu faith, of the culture that has been imprinted as per the deity must have on this idol. You're looking at this Krishna Shila idol that has been sculpted by Mysuru-based Arun Yogi Raj and reminds us, as you can see on your screens as well, the details that are coming in on the sculpture one by one. This will be, of course, as one is called, the idol is already there, but it will become a living deity at the Abhijit Muhurat, which the Yajmans, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also as part of that Pran Pratishtha ceremony, and all the priests and seers amid the chanting of the mantras, of the shlokas that Ayodhya has waited for so long to hear will finally happen in just few hours. But before that, there is going to be a Mangal Dhwani for about 2 hours from 10 a.m. to 12 that will also be playing. We'll continue to get you all the details on that. I want to go back to Samar Srivastav on that, and Abhishek Mishra also continues to be with us. Abhishek, let me take this question to you. You've been doing back and forth to Ayodhya over the past, not just days, but years. And you've seen Ayodhya change. Abhishek, tell me today, on 22nd January 2024, what does it mean for Ayodhya Vasis and to those who are flocking to the Ramnagari?
Well, Pooja, for Ayodhya, it's a sentiment, it's a progression, it's an aspiration, and it's a inspiration at the same time for all of them who have been struggling hard for a very long time. And this is what Ayodhya has progressed throughout these months we have witnessed. Ayodhya has been preparing for day from 1992 when the first action happened, and now in 2024 on the 22nd of January we are going to be witnessing the history in making. There has been a lot of change, a lot of progression. As I said, there is a transformation in the city. There are changes which were never expected, and the people, and that is why, are keen on the fact that how Ayodhya will now move forward. So we'll continue it, but before I'll show you the visuals again, because now this area has been cleaned for the security purposes, and this whole Lata Mangeshkar Chowk, where I'm standing right now, is now been taken into the grip by the RAF and UP police, and you see there is no public movement at all. Even the media has been restricted to enter on the other side because security provisions, and a lot of things are happening actually on the ground. Constantly, dancers dancing on the beats, at the same time the devotees and the people who are coming. Now, if I talk about the VVIP event which is happening, which will happen at the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi, 8,000 people are invited and they're going to be part of the ceremony. Now, I also talk about the itinerary of the Prime Minister Modi when he will arrive. 10:25 is the time when he will reach Ayodhya, and then he will go straight towards the Ram Janmabhoomi at 10:55. Between 11 to 12 in the afternoon, he will have a visit of the premises. He will look at the work, the structure, and everything which has been made there. And after that, 12:05 to 12:55 is the actual time for the Pran Pratishtha, the consecration ceremony. And that 84 seconds, the crucial ones, the very important ones, is what everybody is waiting for. We're also expecting him to address. Prime Minister Modi will be addressing all those people who are there, along with CM Yogi Adityanath. And after that, at approximately 2 and 2:05, he will move towards the other destination. So this is what is the itinerary as of now. But, you know, everybody, as I said, has been waiting for this moment. It has come now. We can certainly listen to the Ram music, the Ram beats, the dances, and everywhere Ayodhya has been waiting for that moment, and that is why, you know, it has been happening. But it's time for that very particular moment. Yes, Aishwarya, back to you.
Not just in one place, but in various places across the city of Ayodhya. Artists have come, not just from one state, but from all the states. Actually, artists are coming in from all the places of the country, and this is what the temple actually is representing. It is an amalgamation of what Indian culture stands for, the rich heritage that we have, and also all the modern things that we can see today. In fact, this temple the construction of the temple is such that it will endure for the next 1,000 years. Intense flooding is also something that it will be able to endure, and also massive earthquakes have been taken care of. India Today exclusively spoke with the director of L&T. Listen into what he has to say about the construction of this temple.
How did L&T become involved, sir?
Well, first of all, I want to introduce myself. I am Vinod Kumar Mehta, project director from Larsen & Toubro. L&T is doing this job, okay, because such job can be done only by Larsen & Toubro. You know the capacity of this thing. When this massive project has been decided, okay, then the trust officials, they thought L&T can only can done such project there. When L&T decided to take over this job, then okay, they asked, they told me to come here, and I got privileged to be as a part of this job here. Yeah.
So, what are the features of the Ram Temple, that you can share with us?
Yeah. Now features is like this. When we have done geo investigation of this area and identify that this open foundation should be the right way, because earth over here was not good for taking care such a massive load of this temple. You know, this is in the vicinity of Saryu River, right, and this all the silty sand is there. So then decided to go with open foundation. We have removed earth from the whole area up to a depth of 12 meter.
Okay.
And in tune of 2 lakh cubic meter earth were removed from here, and which has backfilled with a design engineer fill in a 54 layers. Each layer, 1 feet layer we laid, and it has been compacted for 98% with the vibrato rollers.
Yeah.
And we reach up to the ground level there, so that we could able to create an artificial rock, so that this it can sustain temple load for more than 1,000 years.
Yeah, that's something we read, which is incredible. What we're reading is that this temple can sustain itself for 1,000 years.
Yeah. Means we have designed the temple in such a way it will sustain much more than 1,000 years. Material being used here, we decided all natural materials whose or those life should be more than 1,000 years.
On the broadcast is Zubin Launcher, someone whose song has been doing rounds, has gone viral massively, and his song in fact is also featured by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Zubin, thank you so much for joining me here on India Today. Today is the big day. What is it that you feel about the 22nd of January?
I think anything that happens at this scale in the country, the leader of the state, the leader of the nation has a big role to play in it. This ruling was passed from Supreme Court, and we live in a country where, we are in a, क्या बोलते हैं उसे, संविधान. हम लोग संविधान के साथ we are working with, what is it called, संविधान? Constitution, yes. So we are kind of a country which follows constitution. This was going on for a while, but now since it has happened, now we get to see the amount of love and support this movement had. It definitely had to do a lot with the Prime Minister, and it had a lot to do with many other people who waited for so many years for something like this. I think it's just a very iconic moment, and I feel blessed to be born in time when Ram Mandir was made in Ayodhya. I think for hundreds and hundreds, thousands of years, people are going to talk about this day, and we are all going to be part of some kind of history that we were born in these times.
We've got breaking news coming in with regards to the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. All the dignitaries, all 8,000 of them, will have bells in their hands when the Pran Pratishtha ceremony will take place. When the Aarti will take place, all those dignitaries will make sure that they will have bells in their hands. Army helicopters, in fact, will be showering flowers in Ayodhya when the Pran Pratishtha ceremony will take place. And 30 artists will be playing different Indian instruments in the campus. At the same point, they will all play together. All of these will be Indian historical instruments. This is the latest that we have got, the latest news that's coming in at the moment. There will be army helicopters that will be showering petals not just on the campus, not just on the temple, but across the city of Ayodhya. My colleague Abhishek Mishra is joining me on the story. Abhishek, massive preparations have now been made. We understand that the prasad and everything has also reached the temple premises. And what's very crucial is during the time of the Aarti, all the dignitaries will have bells in their hands.
Well, absolutely, Aishwarya, and it's going to be a, participation, a mass participation as far as the ceremony is concerned. Because, all these VVIP guests and who are there will be, part of this ceremony. Not just there as a spectator of witnessing the history making, but to be, an element of it, to be in the mood of it, and to participate in their respective way. When Ram Lalla will give that darshana, the consecration, that particular moment will happen. And, we have been witnessing it throughout, from yesterday, all the VVIPs who have been coming here, they were very much, impressed with the work have been done here. They wanted to participate. We have seen, witnessed them going to the Ram Ki Peri. They've also gone to the Hanuman Gadi. They wanted to be a part of this auspicious moment because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And also, having guests there, participating as part of the ceremony, having bells in their hands, having a flag of Lord Ram, dressing up in a moment is what makes this occasion more special, and that's why such an arrangement has been made, and we're also expecting all these VIPs and all those guests who are going to be part of it. They're coming from the different sectors. Yes, indeed, the invite has been sent from the RSS and from the BHP, but we have seen the participation from the industries, from the film industry, from the corporate world, and everybody is now coming together for the moment, and that's what is making it more special in the sense from the people on the ground to the mass participants.
और रात हम हरियाणा में थे, रात भर जागे हैं, उसके बाद भी 1 घंटा सो के भी ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे 100 घंटे सो के आए हों।
सर वो कौन सा गाना था? From the industry, from the film industry, from the corporate world, and everybody is now coming together for the moment, and that's what is making it more special. And of course the VVIPs who are there from the people to participate along with Prime Minister Modi for that moment, that 84 seconds for which the whole nation is waiting. Yes, Aishwarya, back to you.
Thank you, Abhishek, my colleague, giving us all the details with regards to the ceremony that will take place at 12:20. An 84-second auspicious window has been kept. That is when the culmination of the Pran Pratishtha will take place, and Lord Shri Ram will open his eyes after the culmination of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. It's time now for us to take a very quick break, but we are getting you uninterrupted coverage from the city of Ayodhya, getting you all the details of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony.
Celebrate the Ram Utsav with India Today from anywhere in the world.
Building of Ram Temple in Ayodhya is a matter of pride for all Indians, whether in India or abroad, like me.
Namaste. My name is Karthik. I'm from Florida, United States. Everyone should follow the ideals of Maryada Purushottam, Shri Ram, and be the best version of themselves. The world will be a better place.
So I'm sending my best wishes and hearty congratulations to each and everyone who is celebrating it from Vancouver, Canada. Many, many congratulations. So happy.
Send in your wishes to India Today on WhatsApp at +91 73030 86006.
जरा आवाज दे देना गमों में गिर गए हम।
Pressed up against the foothills of the Himalayas, near Islamabad is the Ram Kund Mandir. The temple in Saidpur village is where Lord Ram lived with his family during 14 long years of exile, according to belief. For centuries, Hindus travelled far and wide to worship at the Ram Kund temple. But since 1947, Hindus have not been allowed by the authorities to worship the temple. Visitors can tour the temple, but all idols have been removed, and the shrine today is all but reduced to a tourist spot. According to belief, Lord Ram's family had once sipped water from a kund here. The kund, considered holy by the Hindu community, is a foul-smelling rainwater channel now. At the time when India is welcoming Ramlalla in Ayodhya, Ram Kund Mandir in Pakistan remains empty. Most of Pakistan's minorities feel the state has failed to protect them.
You have seen how locals still remember the existence of Hindu community in this area, and we also talked about the historic stay of Bhagwan Ram in this area with his family. This is all from my side. This is Tanzila Mazhar reporting for India Today.
जितने भी लोग इस वक्त अयोध्या में, हर को कहीं ना कहीं यह महसूस हो रहा है कि बहुत ही एक स्पेशल मौका है उनकी ज़िंदगी में कि भगवान राम ने और इस ट्रस्ट ने इन्हें बुलाया है यहाँ पर इतनी ऐतिहासिक चीज़ अपनी आंखों से देखने के लिए। विवेक उर्परा उनमें से एक है। विवेक, कैसे आपका यहाँ पे आना हुआ और कितना स्पेशल है आपके लिए वो?
सबसे पहले तो शुरुआत करते ही हमें कहना पड़ेगा जय श्री राम। मुझे काफ़ी समय पहले बताया गया, पिछले महीने ही बताया गया कि आपको आना है, ये समय आपको रखना है। और मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात थी। आई थिंक इट वाज अ मैटर ऑफ ह्यूज ऑनर, क्योंकि एक ऐतिहासिक क्षण है ये। और पिताजी को भी आना था, लेकिन आई थिंक अभी वो पूरे परिवार के साथ बच्चों को साथ में आएंगे और मैं अभी पहल रखने के लिए आया हूँ। यहाँ पर आने के बाद दो चीज़ें ऐसी अनुभव की जो लगा नहीं कि इट विल बी लाइक दिस, है ना।
क्या लगा ऐसा?
तो पहले तो बहुत ही वेल ऑर्गेनाइज था, तो ऐसे लगा कि थोड़ा डर के आए कि केओस होगा, लेकिन बहुत ही वेल ऑर्गेनाइज था। प्रशासन ने बहुत काम किया कंसिडरिंग जितने लोग आ रहे हैं वैसे, और संगठन के जो लोग हैं, जो ट्रस्ट के लोग हैं, उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से सबको मैनेज किया। लेकिन रिवर्स ये हुआ कि जहाँ जाओ, जैसे मैं सरयू नदी के किनारे गया हुआ था, तो जहाँ जाओ, हालांकि 20 पुलिस वाले थे, यूपी पुलिस के 20 लोग थे, 10 इस तरफ 10 इस तरफ, फिर भी जो एक ऊर्जा, जो एक उत्साह, एक उत्सुकता, एक पागल जैसी एनर्जी है। मतलब एक भक्ति में लोग, पता नहीं क्या कहूँ मैं, आई डोंट वांट टू यूज द रॉन्ग वर्ड, बट भक्ति का एक हाई है, एक किक है, और लोग उसमें झूम रहे हैं बिल्कुल। और जहाँ जाओ जय श्री राम, और पता है कि ना गले से बोल रहे हैं ना दिल से बोल रहे हैं, बिल्कुल आत्मा से बोल रहे हैं जय श्री राम।
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
We've got some breaking news coming in at this moment. My colleague Pauline is joining me. She's got exclusive details of what exactly will take place when the aarti will be performed. Pauline. When the aarti will take place, what will happen is that everyone, all the dignitaries will have bells in their hands, and when the aarti will take place, as we do in our homes when the aarti is taking place, all of them will make sure that they ring in the bell. From what we're also understanding at the moment, there'll be army helicopters which will be showering petals not just on the Ram Temple but also on the entire city of Ayodhya. And there are close to 30 Indian musical instruments which will be played simultaneously inside the Ram Temple at the same time. All the Indian music music that we have seen till date, all those instruments will be played simultaneously when the Aarti will be taking place. My colleague Pallavi is joining me on the story. Pallavi, you've got exclusive details with regards to what will take place when the Aarti will begin inside the Ram Temple.
That's right. Obviously, it's going to be a very elaborate ceremony, Aishwarya, that will be taking place at the Pran Pratishtha ceremony in the Ram Temple. So what we're being told right now is that during the time of the Aarti, which will be performed, all the distinguished guests who are present at this ceremony will be given a bell so that they can in fact use that bell and play that bell during the time of the Aarti as well. Also, what we are being told is that the IAF chopper will in fact be used in order to shower flower petals over Ayodhya at the time of the ceremony. This happened yesterday as well. So clearly it was some sort of a rehearsal that was happening for the grand moment as it came as well. 30 different artists will be performing various cultural performances and dances and instruments will also be used. Remember, we've been speaking about the Mangal Dhwani, which is the auspicious chant which will start at about 10 a.m. this morning and go on till 12 in the afternoon. But at the time of the ceremony as well, using various musical instruments, these 30 artists will be performing at one point of time. They'll all in fact come together to create this absolutely enthralling atmosphere inside the Ram Temple. These of course will be all Indian musical instruments. So some of our foreign guests who will be present on this occasion will also have an opportunity to witness how diverse this country is and how rich this country and its heritage is, that we bring all of these various instruments from across various states of India to, of course, this one location in Ayodhya, the Ram Janmabhoomi Sthan, and it's all played in unison to create a musical odyssey of sorts. Aishwarya.
That was my colleague Pallavi giving us all the exclusive details of what will take place when the Aarti will be taking place inside the Ram Temple. Let me tell you, in Ayodhya, it's not just those who have been staying here for many, many years who are so excited. Celebrities, in fact, all of them have almost all already reached the city of Ayodhya. We have the likes of Katrina Kaif. We also have Virat Kohli, his wife Anushka. We also have Ayushmann Khurrana. Some of the top celebrities from across many spheres have now been invited, and most of them have either already reached Ayodhya or are on their way to reach Ayodhya. In fact, Big B, Amitabh Bachchan, the superstar, also has been invited. He will take part in the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. Most of his fans were outside his house in the city of Mumbai, and they had started chanting Jai Shri Ram. It was Big B who greeted all his fans with folded hands. My colleague Pallavi is joining me on the story. Pallavi, we have seen how it was in fact Kangana Ranaut who went to Hanumangarhi Temple. She also in fact took part in the cleanliness drive that was taking place, and we have seen how Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Bharatiya Janata Party have time and again been speaking about the fact that you don't need to come to Ayodhya on 22nd, but what you can do is make sure that you clean these areas around, you clean the temples around, and that is something that we saw Kangana Ranaut also doing. She was in Ayodhya, she is here, and we saw her yesterday right outside the temple taking part in the cleanliness drive.
That's right, Kangana Ranaut in fact was one of the first celebrities to arrive here in Ayodhya. She had puja and darshan at the Hanumangarhi Temple in Ayodhya, after which she cleaned the premises as well, as has been of course the campaign of the Prime Minister that let's clean temples, let's go out there and keep our religious places clean and hygienic, and that's exactly the exercise which has been followed by of course several union ministers we've been seeing who've been doing this following the Prime Minister's lead since of course he cleaned the premises at the Nashik Panchwati Dham Temple from where he began his 11-day Anushtan. So Kangana Ranaut did the same as well. It's the appeal that's gone out from the VHP as well, the Secretary Champat Rai of the Ram Janmabhoomi Kshetra Trust as well, that on this occasion do not come to Ayodhya on January 22nd and crowd this temple premises and perform puja as per the rituals, for the residing deity at your temple.
Thank you, Polly, for giving us all those details. Celebrities galore in the city of Ayodhya, and all of them now making sure that they do their bit. In fact, India Today's Rahul Kanwal exclusively spoke with the likes of Hema Malini and most of the top celebrities who have arrived in the city of Ayodhya. Listen in.
बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक समय है इस वक्त हम लोगों का यह रहना, खास तौर पे मेरा यहाँ पर रहना इज समथिंग ग्रेट। मैं कभी सोच भी नहीं सकती थी कि राम जी का मंदिर बनने वाला है, जिसके लिए सारी दुनिया इंतज़ार कर रही थी। उस मौके पर मेरा यहाँ रहना इस अद्भुत है। इतना ही नहीं कि मैंने यहाँ पर आकर रामायण का नृत्य भी प्रस्तुत किया, नृत्य नाटिका। मेरी बहुत इच्छा थी, राम जैसा रामायण बनाई थी तो अयोध्या में करना चाहिए, लेकिन उस वक्त कोई भी आके कल्चरल एक्टिविटीज़ तो यहाँ पे था ही नहीं ना, तो नोबडी यूज्ड टू कॉल। सो आई यूज्ड टू वंडर कि क्यों नहीं बुलाया। तो ये जैसा मौका मिला तो एंड देन वो भी अभी मंदिर बन रहा है, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होने वाला है। इस मौके पर, इस अवसर पर हमारे पूरे कलाकार जो भी राम बने हैं, मैं सीता बनी थी, तो दैट फीलिंग इज़ वेरी डिफरेंट। इट्स समथिंग आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड बिकॉज आई प्रेड माँ सीता यू कम एंड यू डांस थ्रू मी एंड दैट्स व्हाट शी डिड।
देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। प्रेम अश्रु छलकाओ सारे, मन दर्पण धुल रहा हमारा। जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। गगन सुन रहा है वंदन में, धरा रुक रही खड़ी नमन में। पंच तत्व सब ठहर गए हैं, एक विनय सी है कण कण में। आंखों में रघुवंशी तारा, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। हम कहते थे घोर है कलयुग, हम कहते थे घोर है कलयुग, कैसे राह मिलेगी हमको। हम कहते थे सघन धूप है, कैसे छाह मिलेगी हमको। पी लो अमृत बरस पड़ा है, पी लो अमृत बरस पड़ा है, और नहीं अब कड़वा खारा। जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। राम डली, राम डली, गुड़ की डली होती है, राम डली घुलने दो मन में। मंद मंद मुस्काते जाओ, राम नाम रख लो होठों पर, धीरे धीरे गाते जाओ। बड़े भाग हैं इस पीढ़ी के, बड़े भाग हैं इस पीढ़ी के, मग्न हुआ अस्तित्व ये सारा। जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। बड़े अभागे हो यदि तुमको, बड़े अभागे हो यदि तुमको राम नाम पर प्रेम ना आए। अंधकार का दोष नहीं यदि दीपक कोई बुझाता जाए। राम नाम की बरखा में तो पूरी सृष्टि भीग जाती है, राम नाम की बरखा में तो पूरी सृष्टि भीग जाती है। मूल भीगता शूल भीगता, मूल भीगता शूल भीगता, बंजर धरती तर जाती है। एक सूत्र में, देखिए आप डाइवर्सिटी और यूनिटी की बात करते हैं। पूरी सृष्टि भीग जाती है, मूल भीगता शूल भीगता, बंजर धरती तर जाती है। एक सूत्र में पिरो सके जो, ऐसी दूजी शक्ति कहाँ है। पत्थर तैर जाए सागर में, ऐसी दूजी भक्ति कहाँ है। उन भक्तों को नमन जिन्होंने रघुनंदन और राम पुकारा। जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। राम नाम है ऐसा धागा जिससे हम तुम जुड़े हुए हैं। राम नाम है ऐसा धागा जिससे हम तुम जुड़े हुए हैं। थाम के उंगली इसी सत्य की, युगों युगों से खड़े हुए हैं। थाम के उंगली इसी सत्य की, युगों युगों से खड़े हुए हैं। कौन राम को बांट सका है, कौन राम को बांट सका है। राम नाम दोहराते जाओ, सबको अपने राम मिलेंगे, सारे कलुष मिटाते जाओ। राम नाम की ज्योति जलाओ, दूर करो सारा अंधियारा। देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा।
From a across the world, people are now donating whatever they can. In whichever way they can become a part of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, they are doing it. They are doing it all. And the Ambanis are also doing it. In fact, their famous house, the Ayodhya, has been decorated to make sure that they are all set to worship and to welcome Lord Ram. They also did Anya Seva. There was a huge bandhara which was inaugurated by Reliance, and they made sure that they give out food to the people. Thousands of people ate at this bandhara. In fact, my colleague was right outside Antilia, which has now been decorated in its full glory, making sure that the Ambanis are all set to welcome Lord Ram.
Just few hours left for Ram Temple Consecration, and every individual and every citizen of India is celebrating this moment and trying to express their views, their feelings towards Shri Ram in a different manner. And from this league, even Mukesh Ambani can't resist himself. Right now we are outside Antilia, where Mukesh Ambani lives. Mukesh Ambani, as you can see in the visual, you can see on the rooftop of Antilia, Mukesh Ambani, mantras about Lord Ram have been written, and Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram has been written on the rooftop, and he himself tomorrow will going to be present at Ram Temple Consecration. He announced before this only, and he himself announced that on 22nd of Jan, every employee of Reliance will be given a leave, and they will celebrate this historic moment in their way. With camera person Nitin Varne, this is Dipesh Tripathi for India Today, Mumbai.
Now, Swati Mishra is joining me exclusively on India Today. Swati is the one whose song has gone viral. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has tweeted her song. स्वाति, जब आपने ये सॉन्ग के बारे में सोचा, जब आपने इस भजन के बारे में सोचा, तो आपका थॉट प्रोसेस क्या था? क्या आपके मन में चल रहा था?
एक्चुअली इस भजन के पीछे एक ही थॉट प्रोसेस था कि ये भजन बहुत प्यारा है, और ये भजन अभी तक किसी ने गाया क्यों नहीं है। मैंने प्रेम भूषण जी के वीडियो में इसको सुना, तो मैंने बस यही सोचा कि राम जी का इतना प्यारा भजन है, अभी तक किसी ने इसको गाया क्यों नहीं है। हो सकता है लोगों ने सुना ना हो ज़्यादा। तो मेरा थॉट यही था कि एक गाते हैं इसको ऐसे कि थोड़ा यूथ भी कनेक्ट करे भजन से। मैं कुछ भी गाती हूँ उसके पीछे मैं कनेक्शन ढूंढती हूँ, तो भजन के साथ मैं हमेशा कनेक्शन ढूंढती हूँ कि हमारी यूथ भी कनेक्ट करे, थोड़ा भजन, थोड़ा भगवान और हमारा जो धर्म है उसको थोड़ा समझे। ये मेरा इंटेंशन होता है हमेशा। तो यही थॉट प्रोसेस था और इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं था। लेकिन ये जिस तरीके से पहले दिवाली में, फिर अभी प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के समय जिस तरीके से ये वायरल हो गया, ये तो कभी नहीं सोचा था।
स्वाति जी, आज के टाइम में हर किसी की जुबान पर आपका ही भजन है, राम आएंगे। अगर आप हमारे व्यूअर्स के लिए ये गाना थोड़ा सा गुनगुनाएं।
राम आएंगे तो अंगना सजाऊंगी, दीप जला के दिवाली मैं मनाऊंगी, मेरे जन्मों के सारे पाप मिट जाएंगे, राम आएंगे, मेरी झोपड़ी के भागात खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे।
स्वाति मिश्रा जी, हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। That was Swati Mishra. Her song has indeed gone viral. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also tweeted her song, and now almost in every nook and corner in the city of Ayodhya, one can hear the voice of Swati Mishra. We are getting you uninterrupted coverage here from the city of Ayodhya, getting you all the minute details and all the exclusive stories with regards to the Pran Pratishtha. We are now wrapping up this bulletin. Thank you for watching India Today.
देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। प्रेम अश्रु छलकाओ सारे, मन दर्पण धुल रहा हमारा। जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। गगन सुन रहा है वंदन में, धरा रुक रही खड़ी नमन में। पंच तत्व सब ठहर गए हैं। एक विनय सी है कण कण में, आंखों में रघुवंशी तारा, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। हम कहते थे घोर है कलयुग, हम कहते थे घोर है कलयुग, कैसे राह मिलेगी हमको। हम कहते थे सघन धूप है, कैसे छां मिलेगी हमको। पी लो अमृत बरस पड़ा है, पी लो अमृत बरस पड़ा है, और नहीं अब कड़वा खारा, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। राम डली, राम डली, गुड़ की डली होती है, राम डली घुलने दो मन में, मंद मंद मुस्काते जाओ, राम नाम रख लो होठों पर, धीरे धीरे गाते जाओ। बड़े भाग हैं इस पीढ़ी के, बड़े भाग हैं इस पीढ़ी के, मग्न हुआ अस्तित्व ये सारा, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। बड़े अभागे हो यदि तुमको, बड़े अभागे हो यदि तुमको राम नाम पर प्रेम ना आए। अंधकार का दोष नहीं यदि दीपक कोई बुझाता जाए। राम नाम की बरखा में तो पूरी सृष्टि भीग जाती है, राम नाम की बरखा में तो पूरी सृष्टि भीग जाती है। मूल भीगता शूल भीगता, मूल भीगता शूल भीगता, बंजर धरती तर जाती है। एक सूत्र में, देखिए आप डाइवर्सिटी और यूनिटी की बात करते हैं, पूरी सृष्टि भीग जाती है, मूल भीगता शूल भीगता, बंजर धरती तर जाती है, एक सूत्र में पिरो सके जो, ऐसी दूजी शक्ति कहां है। पत्थर तैर जाए सागर में, ऐसी दूजी भक्ति कहां है। उन भक्तों को नमन जिन्होंने रघुनंदन और राम पुकारा, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। राम नाम है ऐसा धागा जिससे हम तुम जुड़े हुए हैं, राम नाम है ऐसा धागा जिससे हम तुम जुड़े हुए हैं। थाम के उंगली इसी सत्य की युगों युगों से खड़े हुए हैं, थाम के उंगली इसी सत्य की युगों युगों से खड़े हुए हैं। कौन राम को बांट सका है, कौन राम को बांट सका है। राम नाम दोहराते जाओ, सबको अपने राम मिलेंगे, सारे कलुष मिटाते जाओ। राम नाम की ज्योति जलाओ, दूर करो सारा अंधियारा, देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा।
सर थोड़ा साइड हो जाओ ना। सर थोड़ा साइड हो जाओ, थोड़ा सा इम्पोर्टेंट। ट्राई करना है, करूँगा नहीं। मैम 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 मैम
आ चुके हैं रामलला की धरती पर आकर पहली भावना मन में क्या उत्पन्न हुई?
जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम। आपके सारे दर्शकों को भी भावना अजीब सा एक आत्मविभोर भावना है, नम्रता की भावना है। यहाँ पर जितना भी जो पिछले 30-40 साल में कमाया है वो यहाँ आके लगता है कि जरूरत नहीं है उसके बारे में बात करने की। तो एक प्योरिटी की भावना है, एक जो जिसको राम जी सिग्निफाई करते हैं, त्याग की भावना है। हम में तो नहीं आ सकते, हम तो दुनियावी जीवी हैं, मगर सर झुक के जो एक फीलिंग आती है वैसी भावना है।
आप 3 महीने पहले यहाँ पर आए, हनुमान जी पर एक सीरीज आप कर रहे हैं, और उसके पहले कभी अयोध्या आना आपका नहीं हुआ था?
नहीं, मैं 3 महीने पहले आया था। मैं 21 हनुमान मंदिरों पर एक सीरीज कर रहा हूँ। तो उसका जो उद्घाटन था वो हनुमानगढ़ी से हमने शुरू किया था। मैं जब छोटा था तो दादाजी, जिनका नाम पंडित अमरनाथ जी था, नाम लेना इसलिए ज़रूरी है क्योंकि उनको अच्छा लगेगा जहाँ कहीं भी वो होंगे। वो बहुत बताते थे अयोध्या के बारे में, बहुत ही एक खास किस्म की उनकी जो प्रवृत्ति थी वो बहुत खूबसूरत थी, बहुत ही आत्मीयता से जुड़े हुए थे। तो वो हमेशा रामायण महाभारत की कहानियां सुनाया करते थे, अयोध्या जाने के बारे में बात करते थे। फिर ये सब विवाद चल रहा था तो मेरा कभी आने का, मैं ये तो नहीं कहूँगा दिल नहीं किया, मगर आना बना नहीं
यहाँ पर।
हाँ, बना नहीं। फिर जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये आज्ञा दे दी कि राम का अस्तित्व है, जो कि एक प्रणाली के थ्रू जाना था, हमारे लिए तो राम का अस्तित्व हजारों सालों से है, हमारे लिए वो कोई कल्पना नहीं है, वो वास्तविकता है। तो फिर आया और इस समय हम इतिहास का हिस्सा हैं, आप, मैं, ये पीछे जो कैमरामैन साहब हैं, ये इतिहास का हिस्सा है। कितने सदियों के बाद, कितने वर्षों के बाद हमको अयोध्या में रामलला को स्थापित करने का ये महाउत्सव जो मनाया जा रहा है उसको देखने का मौका मिलेगा।
बिल्कुल।
आने वाली पीढ़ियां हमारी जो हैं वो कहेंगी कि हमारे गए थे बुजुर्गवार, उधर थे वहां पर। तो पहले तो हर्षोल्लास की भावना आती है, उसके बाद मैंने बताया ना कि जैसे कि एक ऐसी भावना आती है जिसमें मन शांत सा हो जाता है।
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@ajtak.com.
Co-powered by Green Lam Laminates, कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा। टाटा मोटर्स कमर्शियल व्हीकल्स, देश के ट्रक्स। LIC हर पल आपके साथ।
देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। देख रहे हम राम को आते, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। प्रेम अश्रु छलकाओ सारे, मन दर्पण धुल रहा हमारा। जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। गगन सुन रहा है वंदन में, धरा रुक रही खड़ी नमन में। पंच तत्व सब ठहर गए हैं, एक विनय सी है कण कण में। आंखों में रघुवंशी तारा, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। हम कहते थे घोर है कलयुग, हम कहते थे घोर है कलयुग, कैसे राह मिलेगी हमको। हम कहते थे सघन धूप है, कैसे छाह मिलेगी हमको। पी लो अमृत बरस पड़ा है, पी लो अमृत बरस पड़ा है, और नहीं अब कड़वा खारा। जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा। राम डली, राम डली, गुड़ की डली होती है। राम डली घुलने दो मन में, मंद मंद मुस्काते जाओ। राम नाम रख लो होठों पर, धीरे धीरे गाते जाओ। बड़े भाग हैं इस पीढ़ी के, बड़े भाग हैं इस पीढ़ी के। मग्न हुआ अस्तित्व ये सारा, जन्म सफल हो रहा हमारा।
Good morning and welcome. I'm Pooja Shali. Remember this day, 22nd January 2024, a day that generations have waited for. Prince Ram, King Ram, Lord Ram finally gets a home in his birthplace, the Ram Nagari, Ayodhya. What you see behind me has been an imagination that has finally been put to vision. Many are calling it a civilizational moment, but for the Ram Bhakts, it is about overwhelming emotions of tears. It's been a fight, it's been a wait, and it is finally coming to fruition. That's the reason we have a special telecast this morning from studio, from Ayodhya, to get you exactly what this moment is. And it is a moment that will be for the books. It is about history. It is also about future. Sanctity, symbolism, spirituality, significance, and Ram Rajya. Let's begin first with the headlines. It's the day that the world has waited for. It's the rebirth, revival, and the return of Ram. Ayodhya has lit up in diyas adorned in flowers. Centuries of wait appears to have finally come to an end. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arriving at 10:25 a.m. in Ayodhya. It's the mega Pran Pratishtha event of the Mandir at 12:20 p.m. It's a very specific Abhijit Muhuratam, auspicious 84 seconds window for that Pran Pratishtha. Prime Minister Modi will remain in Ayodhya then for the next 4 hours.
जग समाया नाम में जिस नाम वो श्री राम है.
Invited celebrities flocking to Ayodhya for the Pran Pratishtha. Superstar Talaiva to cricketer Virat Kohli, top actors, businessmen, sportspersons and many more witnessing history being made in Ayodhya. As Bharat gears up for the Ram Temple launch and the opening of the doors, India Today team is on every corner, on every street to bring you this in-depth, colourful coverage of the Ram Mandir, the images, the voices, exclusive newsmakers, the who's who in Ayodhya and what's happening on the ground. You don't want to miss this festive fervor because it's not gripped just Ayodhya or India, but look at how the Indian diaspora across the world, from the streets of New York to London to also across Europe, Australia, are in celebration.
Co-presented by New Kia Sonet, the wild reborn. Powered by Rungta Steel TMT Bar, ekdam solid.
Remember, this moment is specific as much with regard to not just, of course, the festive fervor, but also for the rituals, for the ceremony, because 12:20 p.m. is going to be that crucial Abhijit Muhurat, and we'll tell you exactly why that's significant and what's going to happen in that Muhuratam. Joining me in the studio is Acharya Nandita Pandey. She's a scholar. She's specifically renowned for helping us understand the details of the ceremony as well. I request you, Acharya, to stay on with me because I want to go on the ground to know precisely and documenting the historical moment on the ground in Ayodhya is India Today's Rahul Kamal. To tell us not only what the newsmakers, the who's who who've landed in Ayodhya, Rahul, but what is the mood like around you?
Yeah, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Rahul, if you can hear me, it seems you're exactly at that moment there at the Ram Temple, and so you are clearly at that VIP location. If you can hear me, Rahul, what is the arrangement like? What is happening there in Ayodhya right at the Ram Temple? All right, I'll just go back to Rahul in just a moment. Remember at this point, as you could see behind Rahul as well, that seats that have been set up, exclusive details. It's a very intricate detail setting of whether it's the sportspersons, renowned celebrities from the film industry across the country. There are sportspersons, there are businessmen, entrepreneurs who have landed up. And of course, apart from them, many who've been associated with the Ram Janmabhoomi movement for decades now, all of them have received an invitation. And before we go across and ensure that Rahul is with us in just a short while, a quick word from you, Acharya Nandita Pandey. This moment, tell me, because most of us may be looking at the present situation, but for many, for generations, this is not just a fight, but it's been a wait. It's Lord Ram, it's the God that connects the country.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful moment. It's like a breathtaking moment right now. And it's been there, much awaited from centuries. It's been 500 years that we waited for this moment. And finally, the justice has been done. And Lord Rama, and I think, because it has been his birthplace, there have been so many indications, and they were always there. And yet, he could not get his dignified place.
Took so long.
For so long. So finally that moment is here, and I don't know, I'm actually having goosebumps right now, thinking about the fact that in just a couple of hours, we are actually going to witness this beautiful historic moment. It is, words fail to express my happiness.
Many who have landed in Ayodhya have even said, while speaking to India today, that they had tears in their eyes when they realized.
I actually am feeling the same moment right now. I'm so overwhelmed that
this is happening.
Yeah, the words are failing to express my gratitude to the Divine Supreme, or even to the Supreme Court for that matter. And I think this this was to be done, and it was just being ignored, and it was being defied by so many other factors. But finally, the moment of truth, or the moment of realization has come. And it's just beautiful, beautiful time. I think everyone who's connected, we say Kan Kan Mein Ram.
Correct.
So it is like the whole of India, the Jambu Dweepa or a subcontinent.
And many say you don't have to be in Ayodhya right now, because as you said, it's Kan Kan Mein Ram, that Hindus believe, Ram Bhakts believe that that Ram, that is Hindu faith, that Ram is inside you, you are Ram, and that's the moment.
Like we say, Ram, Rameti, Rameti, Ram, Nam, Manorame, Sahasra Nam, Tattatulyam, Ram, Nam, Varanane. That means that the moment I chant Ram, that itself, one single word of Ram itself is so much, there is so much of divine consciousness in it. I get submerged into that divine consciousness, which kind of is equated to chanting Sahasra Nam. That means 1,000 names of Vishnu.
And Acharya Nandita, this is what we are feeling here, sitting with a virtual setting of the Ram Temple. I can only imagine what people in Ayodhya must be feeling at this point. Stay on with me, because joining me also is Sri Chanchula Patidasa. He's the president of the Vrindavan Chandradoya Mandir Trust. He's the vice chairperson and trustee of the Akshay Patra Foundation, the kind of service and social work that Akshay Patra is known to do, but also as the senior vice president of ISKCON in Bengaluru. He's joining me from Bengaluru in Karnataka, from where the Mysuru-based artist Arun Yogi Raj's chosen idol is now the main idol there at the Ram Temple, of which the Pran Pratishtha is being done. Many sevaks from Karnataka have been known to have flocked to Ayodhya all these years in the fight for the Ram Janmabhoomi. When we look at this moment, Sri Chanchula Patidas, what do you think should be remembered as today, 22nd January 2024? Is this about faith, devotion, or much more?
Certainly, it is an epochal moment in the history of India, and this is something very, very special. And Pran Pratishtha of the Lord at his very sacred birthplace happening is something that is very, very significant. And you have been asking questions about Pran Pratishtha. Pran Pratishtha means that is when the deity, the installation of the deity happens, which means the Lord appears in that deity form. So far it was a stone statue, But now once Pran Pratishtha is done, it is to be regarded that the Lord is personally present there. So in other words, this Pran Pratishtha moment, by the power of the mantras and by the power of the appropriate muhurta, and on the invitation of the great devotee of the Lord agrees to manifest his presence. In fact, in the Vedic literatures, it is also described that this is known as a Archa incarnation of the Lord. Just like the Lord appeared as Lord Ramachandra in Treta Yuga, now in Kali Yuga, he is appearing in his Archa Vigraha form. And so it is a great moment of joy, devotion, historical significance, spiritual significance for all devotees of Lord Ramachandra.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I think, and for many who may not understand the significance of Pran Pratishtha or what this moment means, you've put it up in a very succinct manner. I appreciate it. I request you to please stay on with me as we also go across to our reporters on the ground, Sri Chanchali Patadas, President from the Vrindavan Mandir Trust, but also go on the ground. If this is what we are feeling here, the moment documenting history, and in no less than that can I say what this moment means. Paulami Saha, Aishwarya Paliwal are on the ground. Paulami, can we say this is like a festival? Because for Ram Nagari, this is what they were known for. Birthplace of Lord Ram, but Lord Ram didn't have a cover on his head. And now finally that is happening.
Well, absolutely, Pooja. I didn't catch the entirety of your question, but yes, it is a festival-like atmosphere right here in Ayodhya. This is Ram Nagari, and you can see the images behind me. There's celebration all around as we watch this entire street, which is being swept now by the security forces. They're clearing out the route over here because this is the route that all the guests, the distinguished guests, are taking to arrive at the Ram Janmabhoomi. In fact, I'll ask my camera person Prem to pan towards some of those images of all the guests who are in fact coming in right now. As you see these cars that are moving in, these are guests who've been asked to arrive very early because remember there's protocol. The Prime Minister is expected to be in the premises by about 11 a.m. in the morning. So they've got all the guests to come in as early as possible so that they can be seated well in time and, you know, the security can take over and all the protocol can be followed. So that is in fact what is happening on this route towards the Ram Janmabhoomi gate. The security has cleared out the entire route right now. So all those devotees who in fact do not obviously have an invitation to be at the Pran Pratishtha today are lining up on the pavement on both sides of this decked up road in order to catch a glimpse of all, of course, guests who are moving in and of course be a part of this very important moment in the Hindu civilizational history, Pooja.
Well said, Paulami. And I can tell you, because I have reported from Ayodhya in the past few days, every street heading to the Janmabhoomi is buzzing with Ram Dhun, Ram Bhajan. Someone singing, someone is playing it on a recorder. It's constantly literally it becomes a part of your being. What you see here on your screen is not an isolated moment on the streets. It's everywhere. Aishwarya Paliwal is on another corner there, close to the Ram Janmabhoomi. What are the arrangements like? Must be heavy and high restrictions there. Have the VVIP started to come in? They would be seated. We have some reactions also coming in. First to you, Aishwarya, go ahead.
Well, Pooja, you're right. Most of the celebrities, in fact, have reached almost 24 hours before the Pran Pratishtha. We've seen celebrities like Kangar Ranaut also going to the Hanuman Gadi temple. Now, that's what, that's with regards to the celebrities. But the people, those people who have been waiting for generations, they are people who started crying when the verdict came out of the Supreme Court. And now, when they have seen the images of the Lord Ram idol, most of them believe that truly Ram Rajya has begun. And the kind of celebrations, Pooja, just to give you a glimpse, that's taking place in every nook and corner in the city of Ayodhya. Dance is taking place. This there's a saying, Pooja, that in Ayodhya, kan mein Ram hai. Ayodhya ke kan mein Ram hai. It's not just Ram name that you can see, even Ram Bhajan is something that you see. And in the city of Ayodhya, Pooja, as you must have noticed, you know, when you greet someone, the first thing that they say is Ram Ram. So
Ram,
this is
Ram.
what Prabhu Shri Ram means for the people of the city of Ayodhya.
The greeting there is Ram Ram, Jai Siya Ram. That is how they're greeted. And it's a part of culture. It's not something that can be imposed or forced. Getting us this ground
जो
update.
कि अलग-अलग जगहों से इस कार्यक्रम में शामिल होने आई हैं। आइए उनमें से एक से बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं। सर, अपना परिचय भी दें और ये बताएं कि आपके लिए ये दिन क्या अहमियत रखता है।
राहुल जी, हमारा नाम जयेंद्र प्रताप सिंह है। आई बिलोंग टू द फॉर्मर रॉयल फैमिली ऑफ बलरामपुर। आज यहाँ आने का अहमियत तो मतलब कोई शायद शब्द नहीं है इसको एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए, बट ऑन अ पर्सनल नोट मेरे लिए ये बहुत ही फ्रूटफुल एंड फेटफुल डे है, बिकॉज 1948-49 में जब ये राम मूर्ति को यहाँ पे इंस्टॉल करने की जो प्लानिंग हुई थी, वो असल में हमारे ग्रैंडफादर ने बलरामपुर में एक यज्ञ ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, जिसमें माय ग्रैंडफादर लेट महाराजा बलरामपुर, मान दिग्विजयनाथ जी और के नैयर जी के बीच में जो फ्रेंडशिप थी,
राजा साहब बिल्कुल मना है, आप तो हमारे संगी आदमी।
मैं इस वक्त राम मंदिर परिसर में हूं, जहां अब से थोड़ी देर में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी प्राण प्रतिष्ठा की पूजा में जुड़ने वाले हैं और हमारे साथ यहां पर मौजूद हैं कई सारे ऐसे साधु संत और साथ ही राज्य रजवाड़ों से आए लोग जो कि अलग-अलग जगहों से इस कार्यक्रम में शामिल होने आए हैं। आइए उनमें से एक से बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं। सर, अपना परिचय भी दें और ये बताएं कि आपके लिए ये दिन क्या अहमियत रखता है।
राहुल जी, हमारा नाम जयेंद्र प्रताप सिंह है। आई बिलोंग टू द फॉर्मर रॉयल फैमिली ऑफ बलरामपुर। आज यहाँ आने का अहमियत तो मतलब कोई शायद शब्द नहीं है इसको एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए, बट ऑन अ पर्सनल नोट मेरे लिए ये बहुत ही फ्रूटफुल एंड फेटफुल डे है, बिकॉज 1948-49 में जब ये राम मूर्ति को यहाँ पे इंस्टॉल करने की जो प्लानिंग हुई थी, वो असल में हमारे ग्रैंडफादर ने बलरामपुर में एक यज्ञ ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, जिसमें माय ग्रैंडफादर लेट महाराजा बलरामपुर, मान दिग्विजयनाथ जी और के नैयर जी के बीच में जो फ्रेंडशिप थी,
राजा साहब बिल्कुल मना है।
Alright, so that was the first sneak peek that you got of what that VVIP area looks like, and Rahul will consistently try to send us as much as possible. This is where the who's who, whether they are celebrities, whether they were associated with the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, have been invited, and we are told about 7,000 to 8,000 guests are currently in Ayodhya, whether sports persons, entrepreneurs from the film industry and from across the country. This is where all the action is. Paulami Saha, Aishwarya Paliwal trying to get us the mood from different locations. Paulami and Aishwarya, first to you this time. Aishwarya, because with the celebrities coming in, clearly there would be VVIP security in the area as well. What do you see around us? Go ahead briefly and then I'll go across to Paulami.
Well, let me tell you how the areas have been cornered off, Pooja. So this is the area which has been specifically kept for the people, for the performances. But the road that you see right behind me, this is the road, Pooja, which now will be taken by most of the celebrities. And we have been asked to stand at a particular point. We have been asked not to move. There are specific passes which have been given, and that's the reason why Prime Minister Narendra Modi also, Pooja, had asked the people to make sure that in case they really want to do something for Lord Ram, they should be lighting diyas. So a kind of Deepotsam will take place in the entire country. Not just in the city of Ayodhya, because for the city of Ayodhya, this actually is Diwali. This is Deepotsam for them. For them, their Lord Ram is coming home after 500 years. Security extremely, extremely tight. Only with passes are you being allowed to enter the city of Ayodhya unless you stay here. But those specific passes have to be taken. For the people of the city of Ayodhya, this definitely is something that they will remember and tell their future generations to come.
Aishwarya is standing. The VIP convoys and cavalcades are going to go through. They'll have performers on both sides of the roads. When they'll pass, they'll be able to see what a festive moment this is. Paulami Saha continues to be with us from another location in Ayodhya. Paulami, what time are we expecting Prime Minister Narendra Modi to arrive in Ayodhya? What is his itinerary? Because 12:20 p.m. and that 83 seconds of Abhijit Muhurtam, most auspicious, that cannot be tampered with. What are we expecting with Prime Minister Modi's movement at that point?
Okay, Pooja, what we're learning right now in terms of the Prime Minister's schedule, at 10:45 a.m. he will be landing at the newly inaugurated Maharshi Valmiki International Airport, Ayodhya Dham, here in Ayodhya. At 12:05 is when the Pran Pratishtha rituals begin. So he'll enter the temple premises into the sanctum sanctorum, the Garbhagriha, where the Pran Pratishtha rituals will begin. Remember that the Shubh Muhurat, the Abhijit Muhurat, is of course 12:20 in the afternoon, and it lasts for about 84 holy seconds. But the entire ritual, it begins at about 12:05 and it will go on till 12:55. At 1, of course, is when he starts addressing the gathering, the August gathering, which of course will be present for this Pran Pratishtha. He will be addressing all of them on this auspicious and momentous occasion. At 2:15 is when he will be going towards the Kuber Tila. This is again in the Mandir complex. Remember, all of this is happening inside the Mandir complex itself. He'll go to the Mandir complex, Kuber Tila, where of course there is a restored Lord Shiva temple, where he will in fact do darshan and puja. At 2:25 to 2:30, this is important, he will be interacting with the Shramjeevis, those who have been involved in the construction of the Ram Temple. So he will be spending some amount of time with them, about 5 or 10 minutes, after which at 3 p.m. this afternoon, the Prime Minister takes off. So he lands at 10:45 a.m. this morning in Ayodhya. At 3 p.m. he takes off, and I'm standing on that stretch of road where you can see all of these VVIP vehicles that are going towards the Ram Janmabhoomi Sthan. It's very interesting that all of them, while they're of course, traveling, have got their phones out inside their cars as well, because they do realize what a big moment this is. So they're capturing all the buzz, the flavor as well. You can see those vehicles that keep coming in over here. These are the guests who are arriving for the Pran Pratishtha, those lucky to have received an invitation among the 8,000 who have in fact been invited. There are sadhus, there are sons, there are sages from various traditions who will be part of this ceremony. In fact, this ceremony is a very wholesome ceremony which is going to be performed, puja, where there will be several sons from at least close to about 50 different traditions, Mahants from 50 different traditions, and there will be tribal representation as well, and that is going to be one of the unique feature. Adivasis from various different tribal groups who will be present over there on this auspicious occasion, again giving a sense of inclusivity as far as this ceremony is concerned. So various spiritual leaders, those representative of religion, sects will be present for this ceremony, and this is the road that you were speaking about, Pooja, which leads up to the
many
Ram
celebrities,
Janmabhoomi.
Vicky Kaushal, Katrina Kaif, Ranbir Kapoor, Alia Bhatt, all other stars from the film industry. But like Paulam is showing us, they're slowing down on the streets when they pass by because they want to capture these moments. As I head into a break, remember the generations who've been associated with the movement. Many have given up their life but constantly taken a pledge, and they have quoted Raghukul Reet Sada Chale Aayi, Pran Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye. That's what they have followed. It's coming to fruition. Heading into a very short break with these visuals. Stay tuned. It's a special coverage of the day.
अयोध्या में दिव्य और भव्य मंदिर में विराजित होंगे। प्रधानमंत्री जी के हाथों प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होगी और वो मंदिर केवल भगवान राम का मंदिर नहीं, राष्ट्र का मंदिर भी है। राम हमारे रोम रोम में रमे हैं, राम हमारी हर सांस में बसे हैं, राम हमारे प्राण भी है, राम हमारे भगवान भी है। आज मैं उन सभी बलिदानियों के चरणों में श्रद्धा के सुमन अर्पित करता हूं। 500 साल तक लगातार ये दिन देखने के लिए संघर्ष चला और उस संघर्ष में जिन्होंने अपने प्राणों का बलिदान दिया, उनके चरणों में प्रणाम। और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि भगवान राम की प्रतिष्ठा तो हो ही रही है, वो तो दिल दिल में मन में बसे हैं, लेकिन हमारा देश अब भौतिकता की अग्नि में दग्ध विश्व मानवता को भी शाश्वत शांति के पथ का दिग्दर्शन कराएगा। पूरा देश नहीं, पूरी दुनिया आनंदित है, प्रफुल्लित है। और यहाँ की मान्यता है हमारी कि दिन में भगवान राम ओरछा में रहते हैं, रात में अयोध्या जाते हैं, और इसलिए आज यहीं बैठ के प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के कार्यक्रमों को अपनी आंखों से देख के अपने जीवन को धन्य करेंगे।
The long-awaited day has finally arrived, marking the end of centuries of anticipation, generations of struggle, and the fulfillment of the vow made by our ancestors. In a few hours from now, the world will witness the most mesmerizing and most awaited event. Ramlalla's Pran Pratishtha ceremony at Temple town of Ayodhya. Festivities, celebrations and fervour have gripped Ram Nagari. After the Garbhagriha was purified with the holy water of Saryu River, Ramlalla was given a divine bath, the Jal Abhishek, with holy water from 125 Kalash. Pran Pratishtha rituals will take place after Ramlalla's throne will also be washed with the Saryu water. Post this ritual, Pran Pratishtha event will take place with a formal eye-opening ceremony and an application of the kajal by Prime Minister Modi using a golden pencil.
So how does predictive healthcare work? Pre-screening is the key here. Patient is assessed on family history and lifestyle. Various blood scans, tests ascertains the clinical condition. Some may use AI machines to detect abnormalities. Genetic testing also, blood tested for genetic markers associated with the disease. And then machines use algorithms to compare the test results with data set to predict disease's risk. Intervention, doctors suggest lifestyle changes, medicines to reverse the disease. Here are the advantages of artificial intelligence in diagnosis. Early diagnosis, for example. Any prediction of a disease risk prompts increasing in monitoring, leading to early diagnosis. Better treatment outcomes. An early diagnosis in turn leads to improved chances of treatment success. Less reliance on medication. Doctors recommend lifestyle changes instead of medications. Avoiding surgeries. Timely lifestyle changes can prevent severe complications, avoiding the chances of surgeries. What about the challenges related to artificial intelligence? False negatives. A negative result does not guarantee that the person won't get the disease. Limited data set. For AI machines to make accurate predictions, a very large set of data is required to compare against the results. Quality of diagnostics. The analytics depends on blood markers, body scans and genetic markers. If these are not really up to the mark or quality, the prediction will not be accurate.
अवधपुरी अति रुचिर बनाई देवन सुमन झरी लगाई. Hello and welcome to an India Today special broadcast on a day that has civilizational significance for Bharat. The Pran Pratishtha at Ayodhya, at the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir, something for which Bharatvasis have waited for over 500 years. They fought, they pleaded, they did satyagraha, and finally that moment is coming. And through the day today, we will take you to Sri Ram Nagari, Ayodhya. India Today has the biggest team of reporters on ground to get you what Kavi Maithili Sharan Gupt in his poetry on Saket Nagari actually says, "Dekh lo Saket Nagari hai yahi, swarg se milne gagan ko ja rahi." And we are taking you to that Saket Nagari that Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram himself described as greater than heaven when he told his brother Lakshman and Vibhishan, "Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi." So let me take you straight to the Sri Ram Nagari, Ayodhya, where India Today has the biggest team of reporters on ground joining us on this special broadcast. I have Aishwarya Paliwal, I have Abhishek, and I have Pallavi Saha joining me on the show. And I want to begin by asking you, Aishwarya, take us through the Aishwarya of Ayodhya.
Well, Gaurav, definitely I'll show you the Aishwarya that's taking place in the city of Ayodhya. You know, every nook and corner from the place where you can see the dancers here, all of them making sure that they are preparing themselves for the big dance. On the other side of the road also, you'll be able to see the chants, the bhajans of Lord Sri Ram taking place. All this is being done, and all these people, in fact, are now just waiting for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. It's almost in the next 3 hours that Lord Sri Ram, Gaurav, will open his eyes, and that is what Ayodhya Vasis have been waiting for the past many generations, for the past many centuries. Let me also show you the kind of cardboards that we have here. And the only one murti that you are seeing everywhere is that of Lord Sri Ram. And Sri Ram has been written, they say that in Ayodhya, Kan Kan mein Prabhu Shri Ram base hue hain. What you see on the other side is the performance and also the poster of Lord Sri Ram. This is a poster that has been put up not just in one place, Gaurav, but in many, many places. Ayodhya ke kan kan mein Ram hai, and this is something which has personified itself today. All all the eyes now on the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, and everyone.
And before I bring in Abhishek, I want to cut across to Polami Saha. Polami, Sri Ram coming home with his Pran Pratishtha taking place of the Vigraha at the Abhijit Muhurt. It's a very specific time, but the guests have already started coming in, and this is a moment where everybody, including the Indian Air Force, are involved, and the Dogra Regimental Center Band. Tell us more about the preparations, this last-minute preparations that are underway, and the role of our forces.
That's right. In fact, it's a very elaborate ceremony. Some of the details, of course, which we've been sharing with our viewers over the course of the last couple of weeks, which we've gathered from our sources. But in a short while from now, at 10 a.m. this morning, the first thing begins, which is the Mangal Dhwani. The Mangal Dhwani, which will go on for 2 hours. 50 instruments, musical instruments from across various states of the country will be played in unison, in harmony, as of course, you know, the orchestra is led by Yatendra Mishra, who in fact is a scholar from Ayodhya, who knows a lot about Ayodhya, its ethos, its culture. He will be leading this orchestra, and supporting him will be the Sangeet Natak Academy in Delhi. But already musical performances are here, and they're underway since early this morning. These are performers who have been braving the morning cold of Ayodhya and have been performing all through. But you know what is very interesting on this entire stretch is the thoroughfare of the VVIP cars that is constantly making its way towards the Ram Janmabhoomi Sthan. You can see all of those vehicles because they have to be in time and be seated. They were given time of about 8:30 a.m. this morning, so they're all rushing in because the Mangal Dhwani begins at 10 a.m. After which, of course, you know, there will be the process of the Pran Pratishtha, the ceremony. The Pran Pratishtha, which will start, the rituals will start at 12:05 p.m. The Prime Minister will be arriving though at 10:45 p.m. at the Maharshi Valmiki International Airport, Ayodhya Dham. He will arrive over there and he will be making his way eventually to the temple, but the rituals begin at 12:05 p.m. at 12:20 being the Abhijit Muhurt, when of course the Pran Pratishtha takes place. But the entire process will last from 12:05 p.m. to 12:55 p.m. after which the Prime Minister will move out of the Sanctum Sanctorum, the Garbhagriha, and arrive at the venue inside the Mandir complex of the address. He will be addressing this gathering, which will be there, of all the guests who will be there, and then proceeding from there after an hour's time, which has been allotted for this. He will proceed by 2:15 p.m. to the Kuber Tila, to the restored Lord Shiva temple, again in the Mandir complex, to do darshan and puja, and he'll be wrapping up his day and taking off from Ayodhya at 3 p.m. this afternoon. And like you said,
I also want to bring in Abhishek into this conversation, and it's absolutely spellbinding, these images that we see at the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya. And while we wait for the Rajabhishek, when the Sri Ram Darbar comes up, Abhishek, we are talking about the Pran Pratishtha and the Abhijit Muhurt. Exactly 12:29 and 8 seconds. This was very carefully chosen, auspicious time. Tell us about the VVIPs who have already started coming from 8 in the morning, and by 10:30 they all need to be seated, Abhishek.
Well, absolutely, Gaurav, and that is why, you know, we have seen the movement on the roads at the Ram Path. I've taken a full ride from the point where it began, crossing all the way to the Ram Janmabhoomi and to the last point, which is the Lata Chowk. A lot of VIPs we have witnessed are still on the roads because 8,000 invitees for this event, and you know, the administration is making sure that everybody enters the premises on time, and that is why there is a lot of movement. Let me show you the visuals once again, because CM Yogi Adityanath has just you know, reached the Ram Janmabhoomi premises. They have entered from the same gate. Now, where we are standing, this is the key entry point. All the VVIPs who are coming from the airport from the side of Saket point, they are coming and they are entering from this gate. And this straight, hardly 1.5 kilometers leads to the Ram Janmabhoomi Parisar, the premises where the actual ceremony is about to begin. So that is what is happening right now. And if I talk about all these VVIPs, we have seen, the cavalcade and their vehicles getting into the premises. So they all are being asked to be seated by 10:30, and that's why even 10 before, because Prime Minister will land at 10:25, and we are expecting him to reach the Ram Janmabhoomi at 10:45. So 20 minutes of gap, and then he will be there. He will be having a look of the whole premises, the Grand Temple, which has been inaugurated. He will have close watch to the every aspect and element of that temple, and then afterwards, 12 in the afternoon, the actual Pran Pratishtha ceremony, that ritual will begin. And you rightly put it out about the 84 seconds, very auspicious seconds, very important muhurta, because it's been said that on the Chaitra Navami in the Treta Yuga, on that particular day, Ram was born in the afternoon. That is the only reason that muhurta has been chosen, has been taken, and for that moment. So
Abhishek, stay with me. So we are getting you a pulse from ground. We are also getting you experts, what they feel about this Shubh Muhurt. And apart from the Shubh Muhurt, the Pran Pratishtha that is taking place, the civilizational glory for Bharat that returns. I have Acharya Nandita Pandey joining me on the broadcast, a Vedic scholar, and Professor Sundar Narayan. Professor Sundar Narayan is a professor of Vedic studies, and apart from being a professor of Vedic studies, he is from Mithilanchal. So आज तो सीता जी के घर से भी हमारे पास we have experts on this special broadcast. But I want to begin by asking you, Acharya Pandey, what does this moment actually mean to you as an individual and for Bharatvarsh?
I think this is a glorious movement, and it's coming after 500 years. So earlier also I was saying that I'm actually having goosebumps. I mean, words are failing to express my happiness and my gratitude towards the entire scenario that is happening to me. It's a moment of realization. It's a moment of reckoning that, like we say, kan kan mein Ram. So that Ram is being jagrat now. He's being energized. He's actually reaching to his own place, his birthplace, which is like, from where the divine energies will be infused in his idol. And from there onwards, the entire nation as such will be in that Maryada Purushottam Ram Rajya status. So we are looking forward to that also, because this is a beginning which is also be hopefully the beginning of Ram Rajya as expected.
So the beginning of Ram Rajya is how you see this, Professor Saab.
Yes.
This Shubh Muhurt of 84 seconds, iska vishesh mahatva, what's the significance of this moment?
देखिए, ये अभिजीत मुहूर्त कहलाता है जी। अभिजीत मुहूर्त जो है वो कुछ 48 मिनट का एक मुहूर्त होता है। तो वो 48 मिनट का जो समय है, उस बीच में जो शुद्ध समय है, उस समय को चुना गया है कि इस समय में भगवान का नेत्रोन्मीलन होगा। तो ये मुहूर्त जो है वो हम लोगों के जो ज्योतिष शास्त्र हैं, उस ज्योतिष शास्त्र में मुहूर्तों के बारे में जो चर्चा की गई, उसमें अभिजीत मुहूर्त का बड़ा ही महत्व है। और गोस्वामी जी ने लिखा भी है कि मधुमास पुनीता अभिजीत हरि प्रीता। तो अभिजीत मुहूर्त जो हरि अर्थात भगवान विष्णु को प्रिय मुहूर्त है, उस मुहूर्त में राम जी का जन्म हुआ था, इसीलिए उसी मुहूर्त को चुना गया है।
Abhijit Muhurt.
Yeah, it also means something that cannot be destroyed. So ye Muhurt, basically it is starting from 11:51 to 12:32. But the ideal, that time 84 seconds is so important, because at that time all the planetary positions, even in the Shashtansh, they are just aligning with the supreme divine cosmic blessings that would come down here today on this Ayodhya Nagari. So that's the reason those 84 seconds have been chosen for. But Abhijit Muhurt is a beautiful Muhurt, and plus today is Kurma Dwadashi. So Kurma Dwadashi means the Kurma is again a Vishnu avatar.
Correct.
So it's a beautiful culmination of time, and you know, it's like a historic moment that has been chosen right now.
Actually, a civilizational moment, you know, that this is
Yes.
for Bharat. And I want to quickly cut across to Manoj Muntashir, who joins us on this special broadcast. And Manoj, everyone's saying Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And in this moment, how do you see this Pran Pratishtha and what this means for Bharatvarsh? We're looking at images of that Divya Bhavya Ram temple on our television screens. Manoj Muntashir.
The Ram Rajya has already begun. Now we have to take it to another level. And what is so great about this Pran Pratishtha and about the Sri Ram Mandir temple, which has just been given to us, it is acting as an epicenter of cultural unity. So the country has united across faiths, across religions, across states, across languages. Everyone is delighted that the Pran Pratishtha of Ramlalla is finally happening. So what I believe, that it is actually going to be a guideline and a guiding light for all of us to follow the footsteps of Lord.
Oh, truly, this Pran Pratishtha means so much for Bharat, but in your appreciation, as many in Ayodhya were constantly telling me in the past 1 month that this is, for Bharat, a civilizational moment. This is actually the beginning of Ram Rajya, or at least an effort towards that. Is that also your feeling? Is that also your perception?
Oh my God, since last 500 years. 5 centuries, can you believe it? And if you just look back at the recent past, if I do not take you to the times of Babur, let's forget that. So 1895, first time the petition was filed in the court of law that this land should be given to Hindus as it is the Janmabhoomi of our Lord Sri Ram. And 2019, the verdict came from Honorable Supreme Court that yes, this is Ram Janmabhoomi. So from 1885 to 2019, can you believe how much time has passed? 134 years. So 134 years we kept waiting for this day, and finally when this day has arrived, my joy knows no boundaries, and I mean, I do not know what to say. For the first time I'm speechless.
Oh, absolutely. All across Ayodhya, there are people who were telling me that words fail them. They just don't seem to realize that it's actually happening and happening in our lifetimes. But what does this Pran Pratishtha, and while the believers love this, okay, let's look at these images of Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. Live images that are coming in. The Chief Minister there interacting with the VVIPs and the dignitaries in various enclosures. Remember, there are various enclosures there at the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi, a special stage, a special deck only for the 4,000, close to 4,000 saints and seers and 3,000 plus Ganmanya Vyakti or VVIPs. So multiple decks at the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra. And when you look at the temple, it's divine. It's truly divine. And the way it's been decked up in flowers today, that's exactly why these lines become so important. Avadhpuri ati ruchir banai, devan suman jhari lagai. It just shows Professor Narayan ki kis tarah se देवता इस समय पुष्पांजलि अर्पित कर रहे हैं या पुष्प वर्षा कर रहे हैं इस समय अवधपुरी पर।
देखिए, अथर्ववेद में, अथर्ववेद के 10वें कांड में एक मंत्र आता है जी, अष्टाचक्रा नवद्वारा देवानाम पूरयोध्या तस्याम हिरण्ययः कोशः स्वर्गो ज्योतिषावृतः। यह जो अयोध्या है, इसकी चर्चा अथर्ववेद में हुई है। इसका मतलब है कि यह अयोध्या पुरी बहुत ही पुरानी पुरी है और ये देवताओं की पुरी कही गई है वहाँ। अष्टाचक्रा नवद्वारा, 8 चक्र और 9 द्वार कहे गए हैं उस जगह पर मंत्र में। और वह ज्योतिषावृत है, नाना प्रकार के प्रकाशों से वो आवृत है, ढका हुआ है, मतलब चारों तरफ प्रकाश ही प्रकाश है। प्रकाश हम कहते हैं ज्ञान को, ज्ञान से भरा हुआ वह नगर।
और देखिए वो मैं आपको वो इंक्लोजर दिखा रहा हूँ, वो संतों के लिए एक पूरा अलग बनाया गया है वहाँ पर। और अब उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ सभी संतों से बातचीत करने के लिए जा रहे हैं, ऋषि मुनियों से बातचीत करने के लिए जा रहे हैं। और अभिषेक, the chief minister has actually been constantly going and coming from Ayodhya to ensure everything is perfect for this moment. Abhishek.
Well, absolutely, you know, and this it is an amalgamation of a lot of things which is happening today. We have seen on the ground from a very long time that for this particular day, Ayodhya has been transformed. It is not just about, you know, the roads or some kind of beautification which has been done, but the sentiment of everyone here voluntarily participating in every activity. Not just only the way when, you know, there were a lot of things needs to be taken care of. When the road work was underway, there were some voices where people were not happy with the fact why this all is happening. But when they understood the fact that it is all required to make this Ayodhya a world-class city, a city which should be a spiritual capital of the world, and they voluntarily started participating. And that's what had actually added on to the transformation Ayodhya has witnessed over the years. And specifically the last few months have been very important. And you know,
absolutely,
we've also seen how there has been a mass participation.
Mass participation is the big point that you're raising here, and we'll talk about that in greater detail as I leave our viewers with these images of Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath greeting all the devotees with that Divya Bhavya Navya Ram Temple in Ayodhya ahead of the Pran Pratishtha.
है ना कि जैसे एक ऐसी भावना आती है।
It is in this temple that you'll find a plate which has beautiful carvings, which shows the Putra Kameshti Yaga, which Dasharatha, the king, performed, and therefore Ram was born. It is in this temple that you find that. And in this temple, when people are coming to worship, offer food as prasadam, and also watch the Honorable Prime Minister. We have, unfortunately, the Tamil Nadu police being misused by the government of Tamil Nadu. Police being misused. Police are normally performing their duty. They are being misused by Hindu-hating DMK. And that's what is happening now. Let's see what happens. Can any citizen be denied watching the Honorable Prime Minister? The DMK is clearly showing its personal hatred for Prime Minister and suppressing worshippers, bhakts, people who want to worship Ram, who's now coming back to his city into a proper temple. We would like to watch it. What right does DMK have to infringe on my right to worship? I challenge the DMK government that it is infringing on my right to worship as a Hindu. It is infringing on my right to worship from watching what is happening in Ayodhya. It's a clear violation of my right, of every Hindu's right, and that is what is playing out even here. Where we put the LED screens, they're plucking it out with police in plain clothes. And this is happening all over. I put in my tweet the number of villages which want to watch the Prime Minister and they are being denied.
The Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath there meeting and greeting the VVIPs who've assembled there at the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi ahead of the Pran Pratishtha. Absolutely spectacular images of the Divya, Bhavya, Navya Ram Temple at Ayodhya. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, will arrive in a short while from now. 12:29 and 8 seconds. That's the Abhijit Muhurt. Now, those two images on your television screens actually tell that big story. That's the Divya, Bhavya, Navya Ram Temple for which followers of the Sanatan Dharma have actually struggled non-stop for over 500 years. And finally, that moment of glory when the Pran Pratishtha will take place. Pran Pratishtha at this Divya Bhavya Ram Temple at Ayodhya. I want to cut across to India Today's Paulami Saha, who joins us from Ground Zero. And Paulami, there is a Chetna in Ayodhya, is what saints and seers we spoke to all along in the past 1 month. Some spiritual energy, and that spiritual energy will be taken altogether to a new height.
Prime Minister